Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. I'm back. How's everybody doing? I missed you guys so much. Oh my gosh, I've been so busy and I want to tell you all about it. I am going to talk about some other things pretty soon here, and I'm going to talk about Trump too. And I'm going to do a little reading on Trump and just give y'all some information from Spirit also. But I just want to let you guys know what I've been doing. So, my daughter moved in here. One thing after another happened. Had to take my other daughter to the emergency room 2 times last month. She's fine. Had to take my husband to the emergency room once. He's fine. And y'all remember I told you about that. I don't know if I told y'all what they found out what was wrong with my husband, why he was getting dizzy. It was low sodium. How strange is that, right? Low sodium. But I started giving him the Himalayan salt. I put it in some water and shake it up, and I just leave it in a jar of water, just a little bit of pink salt at the bottom of a jar. And I give him a spoonful every other day or so. At first, I was giving it to him every day, but it doesn't seem like he needs it. It seems like his sodium levels are up there. So maybe every other day now. So he's doing well. He hasn't had any more dizziness or sweating or anything. So he's doing great. And then we had a garage sale because my daughter had all this stuff, that she no longer needs because she lives here with me. And um, she made, it was a lot of household goods that you accumulate through the years, decorations and things. So and a little appliances that you buy, and then you like a juicer. I don't really need a juicer, things like that. So we sold a lot of stuff at the garage sale. That was a lot of work, y'all. Garage sales are a lot of work. So you have to have days of getting ready for it, and then you have to get up, super early. Around here, the people get up early and come to the garage sales by 8 o'clock. You better be out there and ready to go. Pulling all the tables out and putting everything out, it was a lot of work. And I don't know if I would do that again. I need to remember how fun that was so I don't do it again. But we did it for 2 days. We did it on Friday and Saturday. So we had to put everything up and then do it again on Saturday morning. And it was so painful. But anyway, she got rid of a few things, which was really good. And that was the point. And the rest of it, we all took to Goodwill. You notice my lamps are gone. I took them to Goodwill. So nobody wants those lamps. I told people you can have them. Nobody wanted them. So we just took it to Goodwill. And then right after that, we had our show. So, my husband puts on a show in the convention center. It's North American Wholesale Jewelry and Gift Show. He brings in vendors from around the world and the United States, which it's a very small show now because of COVID. And a lot of people went out of business, unfortunately. And then other people just aren't back into it yet. So we had a small show, but we had a show. So that's good, and that's a lot of work too. It starts on Thursday. We have to get over there and get our vendors, place all ready so we can do pipe and drape and all that. It's a lot of work. We load up on Wednesday. We get there on Thursday and put it all together, and then it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's a main event. It's a lot of stuff. So you guys have been super super busy. Plus, I have 6 people in my house now, so cooking and cleaning and all that is taking precedent over everything. Let me tell you, those 2 boys can eat a lot. And they are starting band. Their band starts early. My grandson is going to the ninth grade and he's in marching band, and his band starts tomorrow. So our only opportunity to, give them a little bit of a vacation was this past week. So here's I don't know if y'all can see it. I have a Colorado t-shirt on. So we took the boys to Colorado, and I had a really hard time finding a hotel, y'all. Everything is packed. People are just out like, ants. Everybody wants to get out. Everybody's so tired of being in the house, and they want out. And even Colorado is hot. It is really hot every day. It was so hot there. We could really not hardly stand it. It's a different heat that's here for sure, because here it's very, very humid and hot. We haven't had it super hot here, but the humidity is a killer. We were in Colorado. My husband, we drove there because it's all of us in a car, and my husband loves to drive. I don't know how he does it, but he drove us straight through for 13 hours. And we just got up in the morning and we were there, in the evening. He can just go. So that's what we did. And I had a reservation, the only hotel I could get. Oh my God, it turned out to be in a horrible area, because I mean, the hotels are crazy price. They are crazy. And I said, I'm not spending, $300 on a hotel that I usually pay $80 for. I'm not doing that. So I got a hotel it actually cost like $140, something like that. And I thought, still, well, that's a little bit more than I like to pay, but that's fine. Oh my God, it was horrible, y'all. It was such a ghetto place. It was so scary. It was horrible. The inside the hotel was okay. It looked clean and everything, but the outside was there were so many vagrants hanging around. There's so many homeless people in Colorado. That is a major problem. Everybody, please say a prayer for the homeless people in Colorado. They're all over the place. They're everywhere. Colorado is such an expensive place to live, and you know I don't know how they do it. I don't know what they do in the wintertime there when it gets cold, but they're all over the place. And I mean, they were just sitting all around this hotel, all the vagrants. It was so scary. It really was because they're just watching you. You're unloading your car. It's scary. Uh, anyway, there's a difference between being homeless and then there's people that, have a drug problem and they're homeless. And these people looked like that they had a problem and were homeless. So there's a difference there. So I know that people have a hard time all the time and they become homeless. And I'm not trying to put them down or anything. I understand that. But anyway, we were afraid, and I brought sheets, blankets, everything. I packed everything, so I took all the sheets off the bed and put them on because it just felt like such a yucky place. There was bad reviews and but they were from like 2019, and then there were some better reviews. And in my mind, I was saying, well, they had a whole year to make things better. That they were very slow. Surely they cleaned the rooms up and everything. In my mind, that's how I'm thinking. But it wasn't that the room didn't look that dirty or anything. It was just that you had the creeps. The hotel gave you the creeps. So anyway, I had I just stripped the beds when I got there and put on my own sheets, blankets, everything. We just spent one night there because we got in late. Spent the night, woke up in the morning, left, and I told them I'm not coming back. So they let me off the hook. They didn't make me pay for my reservations, and we found another hotel in uh, in a much nicer place. So it was called Rainbow Hotel. I don't know if y'all. It's in Colorado Springs. So we've stayed there many times, but I couldn't get it on the internet for some reason. But when we drove there, they had a couple of hotels open, so they had a couple of rooms open. We were able to get it, so it was good. We took the kids to Pikes Peak, to the Royal Gorge. We saw the cliff dwellings. We've been there many times, so we knew exactly where we were going to go and what we were going to show them and everything. So we were busy. Garden of the Gods, we took them there to Colorado Springs, but it was so hot. I mean, it was so hot to be outside. It's just incredible. It was so hot. The sun is so strong there, and it's just really hot. But going up to Pikes Peak, it was really cool and nice. And the kids weren't scared. Like when we took our granddaughters with us, they were really scared. They were like screaming. But the boys, they weren't scared. And they weren't scared like that anyway. They may have been scared, but they didn't want to show it because they're boys. So it was good. So that's what we've been doing. I've been really busy, so I apologize that I haven't been back on. But things should be settling down now. Everybody's getting into a routine. My grandson's going to band every morning, so I should be able to have time to do what I need to do. So that being said, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of information from Spirit. Okay. Okay, so I haven't been able to watch much news myself, but since I've gotten home, I just came home yesterday. Since I've gotten home, I know what's going on in the news is the Delta variant. That's just like prominent in the news. So I just want to ask Spirit about what's going on with this Delta variant. Do we have to worry about this? So what Spirit is telling me is it can catch you unaware. You may think you'll never get it, or that if you do get it, that you're healthy and strong, and then you'll be able to fight it off. That's what I'm getting. You're taking an unneeded risk. You don't have to take that risk. The information that's coming through, people are confused because we're getting new data. We keep getting new data on these variants. The CDC gets new data, and then they have different guidelines, and this is making people think that they're doing flip-flopping. It doesn't mean they're flip-flopping. It doesn't mean they're trying to control anyone. They're working to save lives and bring this pandemic to an end. That's what I'm getting. So Spirit wants to remind you to think of the very young, think of the children, or the ones that are unable to be vaccinated because of their compromised immune system. And the sooner everyone's vaccinated, it's going to be safer for everyone, for the children and the people with immune deficiencies. Children are precious and they deserve all the protection that we can give them. So please get the vaccine. Do this. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for a loved one. Do it for the children. Have compassion for others. Do it for humanity. Don't put this on our children. Don't do that. We all have to do our part. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So Spirit, are we going to have another lockdown? And I'm getting no. We're not going to have another lockdown. Thank goodness. So are we going to see as many deaths with this Delta variant as we saw in 2020 with COVID-19? Are we going to see that kind of death situation again? And what I'm getting in this is it depends on the people. People have their free will. So I'm not getting a conclusive answer on this because it depends on the will of the people. Okay, what about a mask mandate, a federal mask mandate? Are we going to have a federal mask mandate due to this variant? I don't think so. I don't feel like we will have that either. So there's a lot riding on, the people's will to get vaccinated. I don't understand that, and I don't know how to change people's mind about that. I have on my phone, I have that Nextdoor app, neighborhood app, and people are talking. I live in Texas, so people are talking about, I'll never get the vaccine, and they're just trying to force us, and they're trying to control us, and they're just trying to scare us, and they're fear mongers and everything. And then there's this man, he's a doctor and he lives here in the neighborhood. And he said, I'm a doctor, I'm working in the hospital. The only people coming in with this are unvaccinated people. You need the vaccine. I recommend you go get vaccinated. And still people won't listen to him. It's crazy. I don't know how to get my own daughter, my youngest daughter, she will not get vaccinated. She's the one that I took to the emergency room twice last month. She's overweight. She has health problems. She's a smoker. She needs a vaccine more than any of us. She works with the public. She does hair. She won't get vaccinated. She said, when all of y'all, are having problems from the vaccine, I'm going to be sitting pretty. I'm like, if you don't get COVID. So I don't know how to, I have told her, go get it. I can't control her. I can't make her. I feel like saying, you can't live here unless you go get a vaccine, but I don't. I'm not that kind of person. I don't put it, I mean, I tell my children whatever I want to, whatever I think's best for them. I do tell them, but you know, I can't control them. There's nothing I can do, and they know it. They know that. Okay. So another thing I noticed was there's the weather. There's there's fires, and then there's floods, fires and floods. Oh my gosh. So here it's been, strangely not as hot. We're going to have rain all this next week, and it's going in where I live. I live in Bulverde, right outside of San Antonio. They're predicting the first week of August it will be, in the upper 80s to very low 90s this whole next week, which is really weird for my neck of the woods here. It's usually we're, having 100-degree by now. But it feels that way because it's so humid. It feels like if it's 90, it feels like 100. You can't go out there. The humidity just kills you. And then there's other places like Colorado and California and all those that it feels so hot there, and it's usually not. They usually are having cooler weather, but they're not getting the rain. Colorado is so dry. California is so dry. Um, and then there's flash flooding in Utah, Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona. We just pray for all those that have lost loved ones and property. God bless them all. Just everybody send your prayers and to all those people that they'll get the support that they need now. Now I know this was a couple of days ago, but they're still recovering and they need help. There are forest fires all over the whole globe. It's all over the world. It's not just the United States, it's everywhere. There's in Greece, Turkey, Italy, Afghanistan. I'm sure other places too, but that's some that I know of. So we should all pray for this, global warming problem, this weather problem, and just, do you remember when California had all those fires last year? And we all just like prayed for them and everything, and they got some rain, a much needed rain. But we don't want, and then they got almost too much. And there are places that are having landslides and all that because you know a fire comes, burns all the trees down, then the rain comes, there's nothing to hold it, and just landslides happen. So we need a steady rain. So thank you, universe. Y'all all say this prayer. Thank you, universe, for sending steady rain that will put out the fires without causing flooding. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's all. That's the way that we should pray. We should pray that it's already happened, and just be grateful that it's being resolved. So that all our energies go into being grateful, and we'll see what the results will be. Okay, so let's try that. You guys say a daily prayer for this weather, um, and also for all the firefighters that are in the line, in harm's way, basically. All the firefighters. I can't talk anymore, y'all. That are just in harm's way, that are there helping save lives. They're brave. Bless them and keep them safe. Thank you for keeping them safe. Continuously send these prayers of gratitude and love, and this is what we can do for them, and it really will help. We can also do that for the Delta variant also. We can just say thank you for the life-saving vaccine that we have. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for all the scientists, all the doctors that are working hard to combat this disease, and the nurses. Thank you. Thank you for protecting us and eradicating this virus. We'll just give our gratitude that this has already been eradicated. So we're going to put that energy out there that it will be defeated. Okay. Okay, so when I was in Colorado, the January 6th commission started. I didn't get to hear any of the hearings or anything because we never even turned on the TV. We were gone all day, and my daughter's family does not watch TV. All they do is look on their devices. If they want to see something, they watch Netflix. So I don't know, they don't watch news or nothing. So I didn't get much news. I didn't get too much. So what I know of now, I've seen a little bit of the news now, and I know the commission is wanting to um, question some lawmakers that, as a witness, that Kevin McCarthy, the minority House leader, they want to question him as a witness because he had that telephone call that he made, when the resurrection was, I mean, insurrection was happening, resurrection. When the riot was going on, he made that call to Trump. And so they want to question him about it because he's a witness to what Trump said and what Trump was doing. And I'm just getting from spirit that I feel like, I don't know how this will happen, but I feel like he's going to be protected, that he may not have to that he won't be questioned, that he won't have to go as a witness. But they will have a transcript of what they're going to get the transcripts, any call that goes to the White House, they have transcripts of. So they'll get the transcripts and they'll read them aloud, I'm sure, for everybody to hear. So the whole public will get to hear what happened without, questioning Kevin McCarthy. But it would be nice to have him on the hot seat. But I feel like that's not going to happen. Also, Jim Jordan, did y'all hear? He calls Trump all the time too. He was supposed to be on the committee, but Pelosi didn't allow it to happen. I love her. She is so strong and brave and smart. I love her so much. And then some reporters were asking him, did he call Trump? And he was like, I don't remember. I can't remember if I called him or not. I might have. I don't know if it's the day after or the day of. I guarantee every phone call you made while that insurrection was going on, while that riot was going on, exactly who you called and what you said. Guarantee it. He's such a storyteller. He's such a liar. You can't believe him. What would be the point of having him there? If they put him there on the hot seat, he would just scream and holler. Y'all know how he behaves. He would just, he'd be a spectacle, basically. And I feel like he won't be. I think it's more of a ploy that they're just wanting them to weasel out, basically. They're just wanting them to weasel out. That's what I'm getting. They can weasel out. Somehow they're protected. They don't have to, sit for all the questions and everything. And they'll still be able to read the transcripts. And we won't have to hear, um, him screaming and hollering. That Jim Jordan, I can't stand him anyway. I wouldn't want to hear that because he's so disrespectful. He screams and hollers at everybody. So I really feel like this is more like a tactic to say we wanted them to come and then they were protected. They didn't have to, but we're going to just go ahead and read the transcript of what happened. You know, I, I don't know. You know how it is, guys. Nothing is exactly how it seems. So it seems that Trump is heading for some problems. Looks like, he's going to have a few problems pretty soon. I hate to, be the one to be gleeful and happy for somebody else's problems, but, it's deserved. I really feel like all his problems are well deserved for sure. Well, let's take a look at Trump and what's going on with him. We'll just do a quick little reading on Trump and see how it's going for him. So let me put these cards out for Trump. Okay, let's see what we got here. Here's the first card. I'm just going to do a quick little reading. This is the Queen of Cups. So, Trump really is dreaming about, being president again. He really is. That's what this is all about. He believes he can pull it off. He's, I don't know, he's in his own little head. And he is dreaming about it. He really wants to. So I know he's had a rally. They don't show him on TV anymore, which is really good. They're smart, and they don't show him at all speaking. They don't show his rallies. They don't show nothing. So we don't hear too much about really what's going on with him, and I think that's the best way to handle it. Crossing over that is the Emperor. So what he really wants to do is not just to be the president. He wants to be the ruler. He wants to be the dictator again. That's what the emperor is, the dictator. That's really what he wants. He wants to control everything. So, he can control the DOJ and everything and get himself all out of trouble again. He thought he would be there another 4 years and then, all his problems would evaporate, but that didn't happen. Overlooking his situation is the Knight of Cups. So he lives in his own head. He makes decisions with his emotions. Instead of being a rational person, like instead of a normal rational person, he makes them with emotion. If he's mad, he makes a decision in a temperamental way. So it's very dangerous, and we saw how dangerous that was when he was a president. But also, we have to be reminded that he has this ability to draw people into him. I don't know what it is. Some people might say it's charisma. I don't know. I surely don't see it myself, but there's many that do, and there are many that support him. So he does have the ability to do that. And again, that's kind of scary. He still has a lot of support. But the best thing here is this is the foundation of this reading. This is the Six of Swords. He's gone. He's not here. He's gone. He's over. He's done. He's left. Well, that's good. I'm so grateful for that. I know you guys are too. Here's his past position. This is Nine of Pentacles. In the past, he had everything that he wanted, everything that he needed, anything that he could imagine. Y'all, he's just lived this enchanted, wonderful life. And what has driven him forward to do the things that he's done is that he's lonely because he's never really established these deep emotional friendships with others. That's something that's lacking with him, because he can turn on people like that and other people see it. And even though there's a lot of people attracted to him, they're attracted to him because I think it's because, there's no line that he won't cross. You know what I mean? And they like somebody like that will take risk, but that doesn't mean they really like him. You know what I mean? They don't really like him as a person. They like the way that he behaves and that he's a risk taker and all that. But he's never been accepted as a really deep, meaningful friendship with others. Even the people that we think he had great associations with, they still didn't think that highly of him, even if they had interest with him, And this kind of propelled him to become the president, to show all those people that snubbed him, now look at me, I'm the president, And then, of course, we know how he acted while he was president, right? That's scary. And all the people that he pardoned and all, we don't want to go through all that again. And hopefully we never will. I'm sure we won't. Here's the future, near future for Trump, the Hanged Man. So this is about really being unsure about the future, kind of stuck in one place and not being able to move forward. That's good. That's what we really want to see. We want to see him stuck and not able to move forward. But I feel like he's stuck because, he may be indicted for tax evasion. He may be indicted for the insurrection. So he's kind of on hold. He's not really sure what he's going to do, if he's going to move forward, if he's going to really run for president or not. He hasn't, 100% made up his mind. Now, when I say he wants to, he does want it. But that being said, he may not be able to. Of course, if he's in prison, he can't. So he's really looking for a way out of all this trouble. That this is a different perspective. So he's trying to find a way out of all this trouble. I'm sure his attorneys are hard at work trying to get him out of trouble. Now, this is the devil card. So this is like his state of mind, and he's got the devil on him, meaning Trump does the same things over and over and over. He has these horrible habits, and these are the habits and choices that he continues to do that will really bring him down. Because that's what this is. If you're unable to get past, bad habits, things that are really detrimental to yourself, actually, and that's not something he can really see, but because he's just in so deep, he really can't see it. But all these choices that he continues to make, they're going to bring him down. And his big mouth, the way he talks and talks and talks, it's bringing him down more and more and more. They're going to use it all against him. So that's what he's the same old, same old. What can you say? And the good news here, look, King of Wands. This is my Biden. So this is my card for Biden. Biden is protecting us from Trump. He really is. I am so happy to see him here. Thank goodness he showed up here. We've never really seen Biden. I haven't. Maybe you guys have. I've never really seen him get really, really mad, but Trump makes him really, really mad. He really gets mad at Trump. And he's serious, When it comes to Trump, he's super serious. And I'm just so thankful that we have President Biden on our side and as our president. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because he is protecting us from Trump. I love that. Okay, the next card is in hopes and dreams position, and this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is good news. When we see this card, we know this is an opportunity to make money. So this could be it could be another scam that Trump might pull or get involved with. It's something that will come along that will basically distract Trump from politics. They'll be like, you may have to pay back all these taxes, so you're going to need to make some more money. So he'll be involved with making more money just in case he gets hit up for all these taxes, because the number one thing for Trump is money, 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 money. So this is good. But, it's annoying to think that he still has the ability to make more money, but he does. He has the ability to make more money, and he will. So, but hopefully this will distract him from politics, and maybe the GOP can get their act together and actually elect some decent people. Okay. All right. Now the future for Trump doesn't look too great. It's just as exactly what you would think. This is the Five of Wands. So this is a huge battle. There's fighting. He's got a huge battle ahead of him for this next year. There's going to be more problems in store for Trump. So there's a lot of fighting around him. This is fighting inside his family. This is fighting in the courts. This is fighting with his supporters. They're going to be fighting, and lawmakers too. Everybody's fighting because of Trump. He's causing all these battles, all this, mayhem that just follows him wherever he goes. But he's embattled, and that'll be good too. That's good that he'll be, his attention will be taken with this fight, this battle that he'll have on his hands, and we won't have to worry about him being president. So he's got a big battle ahead of him, and he deserves it. Okay, you guys, so that's my reading on Trump. So this has been a little bit of a long video. I'm kind of long-winded today, but I haven't been on in a while, so I had a lot to talk about. I I really have even more to tell y'all, but I don't want it to be all about me, you know. But we had to come back early from Colorado because I wanted to stay one more day, but I couldn't find a hotel room. So we came back a little bit early. Oh, this weekend was just completely booked. We were supposed to come back on Saturday, but we couldn't find a room Friday night since, I didn't follow through with the other hotel. it, it wasn't to my standards. Anyway, when I had the garage sale, I met this guy. This guy came up and he has a ranch right next door to Jeff Bezos. Can you believe it? And he said that Jeff Bezos bought this ranch about 10 years ago and he owns this ranch. It's in Van Horn, Texas. He lives here in my community now, but he still has this ranch out there and it's been in his family for many, many years. His father handed it down to him. And this man, I would say this man is close to 90 years old. He was such a sweet man. He told me so many stories, you guys. So many stories. But he was able to meet Jeff Bezos, and he had some information for him about that ranch, and something that belonged to the ranch. I don't know what it was. It was in a box. He said it was a private matter. He needed to talk with Bezos and he didn't really tell me what it was about, but he wanted to meet with Bezos. He didn't know who he was back in the day. That was before, he was so well known. So he said he met with him. Bezos had a bodyguard, and Bezos was carrying one of these. I don't know what it is. A carrying thing for like a machine gun. A carrying case for a machine gun. He had that with him. He said, I don't know who he thought he was meeting. He said, but he had some type of machine gun. I could tell what it was. It was in a carrying case. He was carrying it with him. He said when he first met me and everything, he said he spent the whole day with him and rode around the ranch and told him all about the ranch because he was very familiar with it. So anyways, he said he went to Van Horn, Texas when Jeff Bezos went to space, when he took all the people to space. So that was last week. Anyway, I thought that was a fun story. He told me, if you ever want to go to the ranch, I'll take you. Just call me. He gave me his card. I'll take you and your family out to the ranch. I'm like, what are we going to do out there? It's hot with rattlesnakes. I don't think so. I don't know what you'd do there. I'm not a hunter and I wouldn't want my husband to hunt, although he would love to, but I don't want him to kill animals. Anyway, so that was my story about this nice old guy that I met. It was kind of funny. Jeff Bezos with a machine gun going to, I guess he didn't have to carry things like that. I'm sure he has a whole bunch of bodyguards, but people that are worth a lot of money, I'm sure that they have to take precautions, Anyway, all right, guys. So I'm going to leave you alone and thank y'all so much for listening to me. I really appreciate it. I missed you guys so much. Remember, if you'd like a healing, if you need a portal cleanse, if you'd like to get a reading with me, just let me know and do something kind for someone. It'll always come back to you. And I love you guys so much. I'm reading all your comments, even though I don't always, comment back. I do read them all. I do appreciate them. I love you so much. Y'all take care and bye for now. I'll be back soon.